Hey everybody, hope you're doing well. My name is David Wilkerson and this is Surplus Funds 101. And you guys know what I'm going to say. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and if you haven't gone and picked up my state funds calling script, do it now. Okay, there's a link in the description. Okay, all you gotta do is put in your email and your name, and it's going to be automatically sent to your email address. Okay, this is the exact same calling script that I use, that my virtual assistants use. You know, we got started, I had the script, and then I called a bunch of people, and I made all these adjustments and tweaks, and after about 20 adjustments, I think I got it nailed down. I know I do. But you guys can have it free. All you gotta do is just go click the link in the description, and it's yours. But what I want to talk to you guys today about is dispositioning leads. Okay, I have a lot of people that ask me questions all the time, and some of those, a big bulk of those questions are in the leads department. Where do I get the leads from? How do I scrub them before I skip trace them? What do I do after I call these people? Just all sorts of leads questions, but I rarely ever get questions about dispositioning leads, which is equally as important, because dispositioning leads means you're getting rid of the leads that you don't want to speak to anymore, that are in your calling database, and what that does is it just saves you a lot of time. And when you are a solo operator, you want to do everything you can to save yourself time, money, and maximize revenue. So that's what I want to talk to you guys about today. Very first thing is, what is lead dispositioning? Okay, dispositioning of leads is just is simply a way to remove contacts from your calling database. Okay, now you guys, the biggest benefit to doing this is that you're going to save a whole bunch of time not calling people that you don't want to call at the wrong time. Okay, you're going to have people that are going to tell you no. You want to get rid of them. You're going to have people that are going to say, yeah, you know what, I might be interested, but I need to talk to my wife. And you're going to take those leads and you're going to move them to your CRM. But when you are effectively lead dispositioning, you are taking your calling database and you are shrinking it down to where you have the highest probability of speaking with the right people at the right time. Okay, so you don't waste your time or anything like that. So here's something. When should I disposition a lead? That's huge, right? Well, the very first thing, you guys, is when you're talking to somebody that's already being helped by another investigator, or somebody that doesn't want to work with you. Okay, if they're being helped by another investigator, you guys, be a professional and walk away. There's hundreds, thousands of deals out there. There's so many deals. There could be thousands of investigators nationwide, and we will never, ever, ever run out of business. When somebody says, hey, I'm being helped by another investigator, be a professional. Being a professional and walking away from these kinds of deals, it makes you feel good that you did the right thing. It allows you to have a business that you're proud about because you're doing the right thing and you're helping people out in the correct way. But that's one time when you need to disposition a lead, is when somebody says, hey, look, I'm already working with somebody, or they're just flat out rude. Rude people, they're not going to be deals anyway, so get rid of them. Boom. Second thing, when a number is disconnected, okay? When a number is disconnected, you're calling them and it goes ring, ring, dee-dee-dee. This number cannot be reached. The number has either been changed or the person, I don't know, whatever the pre-recorded messages that you get, right? Well, those all add up. And, that's might only be like an 8-second window on the auto dialer. I always suggest you guys use auto dialers. Or it might be 20 or 30 seconds in between you manually putting your phone down and calling up the next number, right? Well, those all add up. I mean, if you were to take the amount of disconnected leads, or your overall lead amount, and then how many disconnected leads there are, right? And then take the amount of time it takes to drop that call to call another one, you'd be surprised how much time you guys would save. And it makes me think back to a time in my past when I was out knocking doors, and was probably the king of the jungle back then. I was probably the top sales guy of the company. Well, I was. And I was putting up 4 or 5 deals a day every day. And I was sitting there thinking to myself, like, hey, how can I get to 6 and 7? And in the door-to-door game, you have two ways you can save yourself some time, right? It's either reduce the presentation time frame that you have with a customer when they open the door and when you're pitching them, or reduce the prospecting time frame, right? So I'd already collapsed the presentation time frame. I took that down from like 45 minutes to 25 minutes. But what I did on the prospecting time frame shrink was I was like, okay, what's the thing that probably wastes the most amount of my time, right? And I was like, I sat around and I thought about it, and I was like, it's probably the amount of time I spend knocking a door. When somebody doesn't answer, they tell me no. Then walking away from the house, going back down around the sidewalk, and then walking back up the driveway of the next door neighbor's property, and then knocking on the door. And I was like, that little activity takes me 20 seconds. What if I literally just started cutting through people's yards? And that's what I started to do. And that activity right there saved me probably 20 seconds a door. I know it doesn't sound like a whole lot, but you tack that up, and at the end of the summer, I think from doing that one activity, I'd put up like an extra like 25 deals, like $800 a pop. So just that right there. And there's so many other little things, but when I talk to you guys about your KPIs, you can really gear it down to a micro KPI where you just know how much it costs and how much time everything in your business takes. But when a number is disconnected, get rid of it. Okay, third one is when somebody's rude. Okay, when somebody screams at you on the phone, they're not going to be a deal anyways. Get rid of them. Okay, another one is when somebody's a deal, you can also disposition people that are deals. Okay, so you're going to disposition those people to your CRM. And that's what you guys need to be thinking about every day. How many good conversations can I have with somebody, and how many of those people can I move to my CRM? And so the big KPI is how many people can you add to your CRM every day. But when somebody is a right now deal or a future deal, you just move those to your CRM and you disposition them, because you don't want to have to call them again on the auto dialer and have it be all weird. Okay. Another thing, you guys, is I want to talk to you about having faith in your data. I can't tell you how many people will DM me or they'll email me and they'll say, Dave, I haven't gotten a deal yet. I called my list one time. And I'm like, God, are you kidding me, dude? Like, you got to call these people. Like, have faith in your list that you did everything correctly as far as gathering and aggregating the data, scrubbing it, skip tracing it, uploading it to your auto dialer, or manually calling them, before getting rid of it. But you guys, like, these people that you're speaking to, you're cold calling. They don't know you and you don't know them. They don't know when you're going to call. So you can't just give up on a list after the very first time you've called them. That's a waste of your time. That's a waste of your money. Sometimes these people, you need to call them up hundreds of times before they finally pick up. I mean, think about this in your own personal life. All the telemarketers that call you up. How many times an unidentified number is calling you, you like take your phone out of your pocket and you look at it and you just put it back in your pocket because you don't want to talk to them. Like, I picked up a phone call from a telemarketer like a week ago. The guy had called me probably 100 other times, and it didn't turn out to be a deal or anything like that. He didn't make any business off me, but you got to have faith in your data. Okay. Cause I've gotten deals, you guys, from calling people hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times. And that's kind of the power and the leverage of an auto dialer too. That really helps hedge against that. But yeah, have faith in your data. Okay, now here's some dispositioning calling tips for you guys. Now, if you feel like your list has gotten stale, this kind of ties into the last slide. Okay, like you've called them so many times, and that these people, they know you're calling them, and they aren't picking up because they see your telephone number. You can always go and just purchase a new digital number to call them from, and that might help out. It helps out a little bit of the time. I've been post-testing this one thing here for about 2 years now, and I don't know. I still am not sure if it's made that big of a difference. But that's something that you guys can do. Okay, another thing, and this is bigger than that last one, is you need to create a list of all the disposition leads and then scrub them against any new calling list so you don't call them twice. I know a lot of you guys are working in states where you're getting bulk data from the state, right? well, you're going to get that bulk data from 'em once a year, twice a year, and there's going to be a good probability that the same contacts are going to be on there, that just people can't get a hold of certain people, and so you don't want to have to call those same people over and over and over again. I'm really lucky because the tech platform I'm on, it automatically segregates my dispositions, and so I can take that, and it's really easy to scrub it against any new incoming leads. But yeah, you want to create a list of all the leads that you've dispositioned and then scrub them against the new data so you don't contact them. Another big benefit to that is you're not going to have to pay to get that person skip traced again, if they aren't going to be a deal or anything like that. But when it comes to dispositioning, you guys, it's a pretty big deal. It's going to save you a lot of time, money. It's going to keep things organized and make you look professional. But that's all I got for you guys. Go out there and crush it, and have a good week. Take care.